Hello. In this video, I will talk about some intermediate level football vocabulary from the recent Premier League match between Arsenal and AFC Bournemouth. First, let's watch a clip from Bournemouth's first goal, the equaliser, we could say, to make it 1-1 in the game.
Here's the first evidence of it. Howson! Bournemouth level. And Semenyo has made an impact with a giant long throw onto the broad forehead of his defensive colleague Dean Howson.
Okay, so we saw Dean Howson there scoring with a header. Now, I'm going to look at three bits of language which the commentator said. The first one is here. He was talking about Antoine Semenyo, who is the winger who took the throw-in, who threw the ball in. And he had recently come onto the pitch, so he was a substitute. And he said, Semenyo has made an impact. So here, impact is a noun. Okay, we can also use impact as a verb in English. But in this context, it was used as a noun. And it means an effect, something changed. So the substitute had an impact because after he came onto the pitch, he helped create a goal. So we can say Semenyo had an impact. The second word here is an adjective, broad. And this means big or wide. So they often use this in English to talk about someone's shoulders. If they're a big man, they'll talk about him having broad shoulders. So they're very wide. Okay? In this context, the commentator was talking about Dean Howson's forehead, saying his broad forehead. So I don't know if he would be very pleased about this description of him, but there you go. Broad forehead, which he used to head the ball in. And finally, he talked about this word, colleague. Colleague. So this is a noun and has two syllables. The stress is on the first syllable, colleague. And this just means someone you work with. So in fact, this word is most commonly used not in terms of sport, but in terms of someone's job. In this context, the commentator was talking about Dean Howson, who was the goal scorer, and describing him as Antoine Semenyo's defensive colleague, okay? Because they work together, they play for the same team. Okay, so there's three new phrases we have talked about here. Having an impact, changing something when a player comes on the pitch. The adjective broad, if something is very big. And finally, a colleague, being someone you work with or play on the same team as.